Hello, welcome to Guitar Trek. I am Richard J. Dowling and this is Song Showcase. Every week I upload two videos. The first where I show you the basic idea I have for a song, and the second with the finished song. This is episode 3A, and the A indicates it's the idea for the song. This week I wanted to show you a song, a simple song. All my songs are fairly simple, to be honest, but this one is even more simple, and it's always a bit of a challenge to try to write a 3-chord song. A lot of people think that the fewer chords it has, the worse a song it is, and I never really understand why you would think that. I mean, to me, it's either a song is good or it's bad. It doesn't really matter whether it has 1 chord or 26 chords. I mean, what matters is just what you do with them. But every now and again, it's nice to sort of give yourself a particular challenge, because it often, when you put restrictions on yourself, that actually causes you maybe to be a bit more creative. But anyway, the reasoning was I wanted to do a simple song, 3 chords. So I came up with a very standard chord progression, which was just and that's the verse is just A, G major, these are all major chords, D major, and back to A. So it just cycles around A, G, D, A. So while I didn't actually say to myself, oh, I'm going to use these 3 chords. I happened to be playing these 3 chords when a melody suggested itself. So the melody was this, more or less. I hope I can remember it now, otherwise this video is going to be a waste. Na 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 na. Obviously, no lyrics at the moment, and when I'm coming up with a melody, I mean, we always talk about composing melody, but when I have the idea of somebody composing a melody, it's like they're sitting down, writing the notes out and composing it in that way. But what I'm doing is always just playing with the guitar and just trying out different things. Sometimes ideas suggest themselves, sometimes you're singing a note and it sort of suggests the next note, and so on. Other times the melody sort of pops in to your head. Other times maybe you're trying to do one thing and something else happens. I mean, it's very difficult to describe how melodies arrive. I guess it really is, I guess, it's an inspirational process. You can't tell somebody how to make a melody, which is why I'm doing this series in a way. It's just to show you, just by regular work, these things will happen. If you're stuck on, you want to write a great song, then it becomes very difficult to do anything. If you just think of it as every day I'm going to play around with the guitar or the keyboard or whatever instrument you use and see what happens, and then at the end of the week you say, oh, okay, I like that idea, I like this idea, and then you develop those, then it's a lot easier. It's a process of evolution rather than thinking, oh, I have to write a great song to begin with. I mean, when you have 10 songs, then you can select the best, and if you keep doing this process over and over again, you end up with songs that are great. I mean, the best songs that you can possibly do. If you're constantly selecting amongst songs, then you will hopefully find among them a great song. At least that's the way I do it. If you say, oh, I can only write a great song, I don't want to write a bad song, then I find it very restricting. It's sort of it's against the creative process. Just, you know, play, see what happens, and then take the good stuff. I always think of it, playing the guitar. The word play, I think, is very important. It should be play. It should not be work. So, you know, when children are playing, they enjoy it. They play. It should be the same when you're composing, for want of a better word. You should be just enjoying it, seeing what happens, and just in the moment. Then later on, you can select, and the selection process is very different to the creative process. The creative process is all about being open and trying whatever comes to you, not worrying if it's good or bad. I mean, if you're worried about, oh, this isn't good, this isn't right, then you're not in the right mindset. I mean, whenever I'm coming up with ideas, you know, I'm singing out of tune. I mean, I sing out of tune at the best of times, but hitting wrong chords, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's just, I then, you know, go back and take the best ideas. Little by little, you end up with things that you really like. And I think this is the best way to the process of creation and then selection, and you arrive at the best that you can possibly do. So anyway, enough of the rant. So there I was. I have the verse and the melody idea for the verse. So then I wanted a chorus, and I was trying lots and lots of different things, and I couldn't find anything that worked. And this particular cycle of chords, okay, that wasn't right, but the idea was that it's very difficult to get out of that cycle. I mean, I did there by accident, but well. The A goes to G, G goes to D, D goes to A. Then we start off the same, and it goes round and round, and it's very difficult. It was very difficult for me to find something else. So then I thought, well, why don't I just continue and have the chorus with the same chords as the verse? Which I guess, I don't know if there's, I mean, there's no reason why not to do it. It's sort of, I felt at first, oh, it doesn't seem, it's too easy to be using the same chords. But sometimes, you know, what feels right is best, and it's sort of, the chorus then came naturally from this. So I'll sing you a little bit of the verse and then the chorus. Okay. Na 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 So again, obviously there's no melodies, there's no melodies, there's no lyrics, just coming up with the melodies at this point, and then later on I can work on the lyrics. And I think, you know, this verse and chorus goes very well. The chorus is higher up, again, gives you that lift that you really want from a chorus. And I think the melodies complement each other. It seems to go well naturally together. So that's where it is at the moment. I might add a middle eight if it's too repetitive. When I've got the lyrics and I'm doing a verse and a chorus and a verse and a chorus, and then maybe I find, oh, it's too repetitive, it needs something to vary it, then I might do that. Or it might be nice, just, you know, sometimes it's a very simple structure, works very well. And I like to structure the song according to the lyrics, and well, often as well, the arrangement will make a big difference. If you're playing a song with a band, that might lead you in a different direction. If it's just an acoustic guitar and voice, then you may prefer a different type of arrangement in terms of the structure of the song. And of course, the song is never finished. You can always change. You can always do different arrangements. For me, a finished song is when I have the verses, the chorus, the lyrics. Everything seems to be a whole. Everything works together. It doesn't feel as though it asks for anything more. That's when it's finished. But as I've mentioned before, a finished song, then depending on what you plan to do with it, then you would have a finished recording in the studio. You may change the arrangement a lot. You may do other things, but for the purposes of this showcase, finished songs are what I'm showing you, in the sense of I've got the lyrics and the melody and the structure, and everything's from that viewpoint is finished. So hopefully the sound is a little bit better this week. I'm making adjustments every time I do a video, hopefully improving the sound little by little. And let me know what you think. I hope you're enjoying the series. And the previous song, when Max Schmeling and Joe Lewis became friends for all time, seemed to get a good reception. So I hope this one will as well. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.